And welcome. Let me find the flight plan. Oh, they change. Okay, welcome to today's flight to today airport and location. Look at those clouds, by the way, how realistic they are. Moving like that, very realistic. So as you can clearly see, we're gonna fly the 737 from PMDG today from Coruña to Madrid. As you can clearly see here, I'm gonna show you the route pretty soon. But before that, I need to start boarding the plane. You know that the 73 can take some time. So, battery on. This. Okay. Alright. Let's go here. Here. This. Request. Fuel truck, of course. We want to use jetway. Request all this and connect jetway. Door. Disarm. Open door. Okay. Then ground power unit. Yeah, not much more honestly. If this is already on. Okay, let me set up already that. And ISL line. 1 and 2. Okay, great. So door is open, right? Let me check here. No. Okay. Door is open. Look at this, I have to do the work of the cabin crew as well. Then here, sept empty, fuel 3000. Okay. So, fuel for today's flight. We are talking about 5.5 tons. It's a short flight, not that short, not that long as well. I mean, not that long either. Neither. 116. I'm super tired today. So we'll do a lot of mistakes. Zero fuel. No, wait a sec. It's incredible. I mean, they should do some studies, in my opinion, about in the simulator about the quality of the performance of a pilot, of a sim pilot, for example, like I do. When it's tired, not tired, it's incredible the difference. I can even find the cargo, okay, in my operational now. Incredible. Start. Alright. Okay. So, the flight is gonna be this. From A Coruña to Madrid. A Coruña is a very interesting airport. Very interesting. A lot of reason actually. First of all, it's a custom default scenery if you are using it from MSFS 2024. So no scenery, nothing like that. This is completely default. Runway, as you saw, is 2,100 meter long, so it's a short runway. They come here with 737, they come here with CRJ, with A320. Many options actually, Iberia, and Air Europa, of course. And also, approaching runway, what is that? Runway 03 is very interesting. I think there is only an extremely offset RNAV or VR procedure, something super visual. Anyway. Also from the other side, it's pretty cool overflying the bay. So I really suggest you this airport, both for taking off and landing. Let's start this as well. VATSIM wise, we do have we had control. Wow. Oh, we have an arrival actually. Very interesting. And also you have to backtrack, and so yeah. 1, 2, 8. Okay, let's go. So, what do we got today? First of all, let me unload this, import that from SimBrief. Let's go. Okay. So running to 1, 403 Charlie departure. Take off left turn after 840 feet. 3 Charlie, so I mean, not that we really care. Now we do have an interesting speed constraint, and then climb. And Forno above flight level 100. Do we have any initial climb? Not that I see. So let's go 6,000 here, which is the transition altitude. Okay, 6,000 set FMC. First of all, here, here, here. We're flying real-time weather, of course. Pausing it, GPS position, route, request, flight plan from SimBrief. I completely forgot there is some folder which is called package, I guess, packages, in which you can remove the old flight plan from the your temporary files as well. I don't remember because I have the path in 2020. No, I disinstalled 2020, so I have to do some research. Not that it really matters now, but sometimes there are some bugs with the airplane, so you have to reinstall them, but you have to also remove the your temporary file. Okay, Air Europa 904 Hotel Papa. That's our flight number. 21403 Charlie. Yes, execute. Okay, then index performance 290. Our cruise altitude. As always, if you have any question, feel free to ask. Then reserves 2.5, 2.5, cost index 9er, zero fuel weight. Now we can't use this because we are still boarding, so it's 5.2. Cruise wind 305 755. Execute. Okay. Okay, this is finished. Release that. This is finished as well. Passenger, I guess we're still boarding. Yeah, we do. So, there is a plane approaching. Probably we will have to wait him. Okay, now we can go already. I mean, we will have to wait to start up if it was a little farther than that. But yeah, probably we will get there. We will land before even we start pushing back. So it's gonna land like this, and then enter here. Yeah, we have to push back facing that way, of course. And then, as you can see there, backtrack again. This is a 2,100 meter runway. Backtracking both side. Very interesting approach, runway 03. So, as I told you in the beginning of the live, I really suggest you Coruña if you want something interesting in Spain. Okay, this is done. This is done as well. And we have to calculate performance. Well, let's wait the boarding to be finished. Just 9 passenger to go. Then we will start up the APU. And And calculate performance. Let's see if this guy is gonna talk. It's really important to make calls in an airport like this. I'm really curious. Really curious. Okay. Are we done? Yeah. Great. Alright, CPU start. Oh my god. Oh boy. What the fuck? Ah, maybe it's the... Wow. Super lag, by the way. Okay, wow. That was tremendous. Ground power unit. What? Oh, okay. Okay, APU starting. Landing altitude at destination of it is pretty high. Yeah, it's 2,000 feet high. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, it is. Not nothing crazy, of course, but pretty interesting. Okay. Running to 1. That's great. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Calculate flaps 588, takeoff 2, 42 of the rate, 5.29 135, 136, 140. Let's go. And 1. Takeoff 2. 42. I'm gonna keep climb 1, honestly. Flaps 5. 135. 136, 142, right? 143. No, wait. 140.
Coruña traffic, SAP 89 Alpha Foxtrot, localizer established runway 21, 13 miles, Coruña traffic.
Okay. Three miles? Okay. Whatever. Okay, 14150 here. Let's go. Nav. Heading to 10, and you are good for pushback. And start up. I remind you we are at A Coruña, Spain, 2,100 meter runway. And pretty interesting weather as well. Okay, APU is available. This. Hope you bleed. This should be on. This should be on as well. Anti-collision light. We are about to push back. Transponder. Here. This. Parking brake. Set. Remove chocks. Okay. Alright, doors. Let me do it from here. Close. Okay. Alright. So we are gonna push back into... let me see how it's called. A Coruña traffic, Air Europa, 904 Hotel Papa pushing back. Okay. Let's go. No, it doesn't have a name, the taxiway. I mean, the initial... Yeah, the old short, it's November. But we have to backtrack. And there is a plane on fire. Parking brake released. I don't care about the truck. It's not realistic, of course. Starting number 2. Let's go. No, let's wait for that. There was an update on the 737. I'm really curious. 2.5 fueling. Traffic still on final. It's gonna be a very interesting takeoff. 2,100 meter runway again. It's incredible. I mean, they give flaps 5, yeah, but takeoff 2 and derate as well, 42 degrees. I mean, you know, the 737 NG is a very powerful plane overall. Starting try number 1. Traffic. There we have our traffic. Okay, starting number 1. And 2.5 fueling. Let me just check one thing. Again, La Coruña, or A Coruña in Spanish. Custom default scenery. Very interesting approach for runway 03 if you want to try, and short runway. I mean, it's pretty typical in this area of Spain, A Coruña. There is Asturias, there is San Sebastian. There is so many interesting airports in the north. Okay.
Coruña traffic, ZAP 89 Alpha Foxtrot, 4 miles runway 21. Coruña traffic.
Yeah, there is a, it's very, I mean, the volume of the traffic is very low, but yeah, there is a traffic on final. 2 miles, 4 miles, I don't care because I'm just gonna short and wait for it. I see him. This. After start. Box. This goes, this. Taxi light. Continuous. View off. Trim. The trim is. Oh, I didn't set it. 5.3. Okay, 5.3 set. Yeah, that's it. RTO. Flaps is set. Coruña traffic, Europa 904 Hotel Papa taxiing to holding point November. Terrain. What is that? And let's see this landing. It's an A320 probably. It's windy a little bit. Oh wow, what an effect. What an airman? Okay. That was a very good landing. Yeah, little. Yeah, actually, we don't really know where. It's the true touchdown. Okay, parking brake set, strobe lights. You have to backtrack. Huh? Now we can go. Coruña traffic, Europa 904 Hotel Papa back in track to 1. Let's go. Running turn off. Strobe lights already on. Takeoff config checked. I reminded in the 7.3 to check the takeoff config, just put the throttle up. And he's out of the way. Alright. We need all the runway, of course. Not really, apparently. I mean...
front of traffic, set 89 Alpha Foxtrot, vacated runway 21.
Okay. But apparently not, because we have a takeoff 2 and the rate power. So it is what it is. Madrid, how is the situation? There is a controller back on? No. Okay. Let's see. They are landing running 18 in real life, and also the last 80s of the boss there, the controller was correct runway 18. It's raining, by the way. We should calculate performance again. Right, okay. Not that it really matter in the sim. I don't know actually. It's only, of course, the V1 that changed. Now let's do it. I mean, why not? Wow, look at this. Oh my god. Okay, landing lights. Wow. Wait a sec. Oh my god, it's working. What? Since when we have wipers working in MSFS 2024? I mean, I knew the Phoenix, but wow, cool. Okay, oops. Okay, calculate performance because it's raining now. Pretty heavy actually, wet. So think of this is all identical. 43, 131. Sorry, 128 the V. Wait a sec, let me check that. 128. Okay, the V1. 131 rotation. Wow, everything changed actually. That's very interesting. Wow. 146. Maybe we have. Wait a sec. Laps is still 5. Wow, that's a very big change. Take off 243, right? No. Oh my god. 128. 131. 136. Very different takeoff speed. Okay. Alright, let's go. Coruña traffic, Europa and for Papa taking off to 1. Alright. 40%. Engine stable. Toggle. Oh my god, what the weather. Check. We have crosswind from the left.
V1,
rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Okay. Turn. I'm gonna try to maintain 15 degrees of climb. Look at this weather. Okay, the rate climb, but sure. Autopilot, so we can check around. was very cool with the wipers. It's the first time I use the wipers in the 7.3. Speed check, flaps 1. Okay. Alright. Flaps 1. This is a constraint or what? Yeah. Category D. This is the wrong constraint, by the way. Category Alpha Bravo Charlie 176 on the turn. Category Delta 204. I guess we are Charlie? I'm not sure. But now we should accelerate. Continue climb 10,000. Very cool, we have the wipers. That's a very nice touch, to be honest. Okay, this can go off, this can go off. And yeah, that's it for the moment. Okay, now it's not correct because we should accelerate because it's on the just on the turn. So in this case, level change 150. Okay, acceleration, speed check, flaps up. Okay. All right. Direct. Forno. Execute. VNav. Back to VNav. Sync the heading. Very cool departure today. I can feel some difference on the plane. I'm really curious on the approach, to be honest. I don't know if it's... I have no idea what kind of update is this. Took some time to load the plane initially when I launched the sim. So I don't know if it's a major or what. But I'm really curious to feel the plane on the approach. Sound-wise, feel pretty similar. Maybe some differences. But not too much. Continue climb. Flight level 190 now. 190 set. Then we'll have to check here. Okay. I don't think we're gonna have any traffic around us when landing. Okay, 10,000 feet, landing lights off. This can be off now. Seatbelts auto. Acceleration. Yeah, cost index is pretty low. Okay. So speaking of Madrid, I want to bring back my A350, which is in Santiago de Chile, to Madrid. And yeah, I want to check with you some weather info. Wind mainly. Yeah, we're gonna land after the sunset, of course. We can go direct to desert, which is also... No, okay, it's not the... Let's go direct to desert. Zulumicrom is the initial part of our arrival. Only 1.8 today active in Madrid. Okay. So let me open something which you know very well probably. If you're used to flight simulation. Is this website now. I want to check the average wind from Chile to Spain because last time I did Madrid to Santiago. Okay. Took forever in my opinion. I just checked was, I mean, average flight time from Madrid to Santiago. Sorry, from Santiago to Madrid is 12 hours. Last flight took. Oh wow, the real flight is already approaching. Yeah. Wow, look at this sequence. Oh my god. That's a sharp one. Yeah, CRJ is so good. I can try to use the CRJ. I don't think there was any update, to be honest. I have to check. All time I don't use it. If you check arrival, by the way, I was saying the average time is 12 hours. Last flight took Iberia. Flight info. Okay, which one it is? Doing it the Echo, Charlie November Echo. For example, this one. Okay, average time 13 hours. Okay. So yeah, it's probably longer. Took forever when I did it. But going back to Spain, I guess it's shorter. Okay, there we go. Flight info. Play. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my A350 is now in. Yeah, of course I can generate another one, but yeah, it's still a plane that I'm not quite sure. I'm not using in a, let's say, routine-based activity. I have two, I guess. Yeah, one from Emirates in Muscat. The problem is that for some reason Dubai is completely broken, for me at least, with some plane, with heavy plane probably, A350 and A380 from Fly-by-Wire, for example. Impossible to use them. So I think I'm gonna bring back the plane to Madrid soon, and then maybe not next flight, of course, because we are just going there. But yeah, we're gonna fly the A350 around. Maybe we can go back to Lisboa. Or Toulouse is very interesting as well. We will see. They did very strange flight. Not very strange flight, but yesterday I was plane spotting here, and I spotted a couple of flights. One was Air Europa, actually, Madrid to Barcelona with a 787. And Madrid to London with a A350. That's pretty classical. You know, it's the first time I see it. So they do Madrid to London with an A350 for some reason. I don't know then if from London they go somewhere else, but we can check, of course. I guess it's Heathrow, yeah. London Heathrow for sure. Okay, Madrid to London Heathrow. Iberia. A330 today. A350 tomorrow. A330, A350, okay. So let me check this. Probably, okay, it's always the same time, right? Yeah, 15 and 50. So if we go to Madrid, departures. I don't think I can have access to the yesterday flight. Quite sure I can't. No, I'm quite sure I can't. But today maybe, because today is an A330. I think it's the same path. Okay, yesterday night. Let's see. Oh, back I can get. Maybe, okay, yeah. So if you check here, 15 and 50, okay, 350 basically. You're gonna have a nice London Heathrow. There we go. With an A350. my PC is going so bad. Which I spotted yesterday. I want to see first of all this and then aircraft info. What's that? He opened literally nothing. Oh wow, that's very interesting. Okay, let's go aircraft info directly. Okay, we can play back from here. So he went from London, Madrid. Okay, 1000 feet to go. Alright. Level off. Yeah, let's check this and then we have to go to check our arrival. So we went to Madrid to London, London, Madrid. Okay, no, it's just a classical flight they do with an A350 or A330, depending on the day. And today is in Lima. It's already there. Incredible. I have a video of this plane. Wow. Okay, let's close everything here. So we should check. First of all, back to Vina. Okay. Then arrival of. I mean, before anything else. Okay, let's check Madrid situation. This is us, of course. I just see one plane very close to the airport. Why we do have? Okay, this is us. Well, we're plenty of arrival. Okay, yeah, there is him. That is him. CRJ, very cool flight. Okay, this is landing, of course. So free aircraft, that's correct. A330 Neo, 787 from Barcelona. This is another flight that they do in real life. I mean, they do Madrid to Barcelona with a 78. I don't know that if from there they go from, I mean, somewhere else, but whatever. So we're not gonna have any traffic apparently. Yeah, we are completely clean in our path. Considering that Zulu Mike Romeo 5 Alpha arrival to Rilco ILS Yankee runway 18 left should be fine, which is wrong. Yeah, I want to land 18 right. Okay. Yeah. So in this case, okay. Pretty basic stuff. I think we're gonna have some below altitude constraint because it's Madrid, it's a very big airport, so not really actually. Yeah, because we do have mountain. That's a very cool approach actually. I never did it probably. Wow, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. So arrivals. ILS. Yeah, I think we still have. No, probably not. Let me see one thing. No, I shouldn't. Shouldn't know it. So ILS Yankee 18 right. Transition Rilco. Zulu Mike Romeo 5 Alpha arrival. Execute. There we have it. Then our final course will be 180 or not. Yeah, well, precisely. (180) set. Both side. Let's go. 180, 180. frequency for the ILS is 100. Sorry, 100.7. 1107 set 1107 minima. The category 3 arrival, of course. Let's set up the category 2 radiometric minima. It's a VFR condition in, sorry, minimum. Oh, no, okay, it's back to VFR. Yeah, indeed, I am in Madrid right now. It doesn't look that bad, to be honest. 118 set. Okay. All right. There's a traffic here. What's that traffic? Oh well, it's a Ryan, super far. Yeah, a couple of landing here. CRJ. Yeah, CRJ is one of the plane that I really like. But unfortunately, we have a very bad simulation of it. Yeah, it's not. It's arcade, let's say. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, well, it's a long time I don't fly it. We can probably soon. The problem is that my CRJ are either in Germany, which is super hard to fly because of ATC, or Madrid again. I think. Are they all here? I think so. Ah, no. Where is my CRJ? Where is my... It's in Marseille? Wait a second, Madrid I have this. Okay. My CRJ... Ah, it's in Faro. Okay, yeah, we can bring it back. But it would be just the week of bringing back plane to Madrid if I do it. No, I'm gonna test it offline, if it's still working. And then we will see. I don't even know the status of that plane. I mean, someone is using it, so... Maybe it's a... We can do something about that. The problem of the CRJ, of course, is that yeah, the simulation is not that good at all, unfortunately. And this is quite painful for me. I really like the CRJ. I know that many people don't, but I'm one of those that I really like that kind of well, the kind of regional plane, and also the fact that you don't have an auto throttle. It's a plane that you have to get used to. You don't have auto throttle, and you have the completely inverted behavior compared to 7.3, for example, or any other plane. Final. But unfortunately, the loading system is really. Every time I have to remember how to use it. Yeah, it's not intuitive at all. Yeah. You know, would be great to have a good CRJ. For me, would be great. We're missing a lot of... Actually, if you think about regional plane, high quality regional plane, we are really missing the majority of them. Embraer, I mean, high quality Embraer are not present at all. CRJ is not present. A220, sorry, is not present at all. So yeah. If you think about regional plane, there is basically nothing. We have plenty of a middle range here, 7.3, A320, A320neo. I mean, soon as well. We're gonna have the flyby, the Phoenix A320neo. There is the FS Lab, MD-80. But yeah, regional plane, we have the Avro, but which is still, yeah, it's pretty old and it's not. It's okay, I mean, it would be great to have a CRJ on that level, of course. But it's nothing like PMDG or... Okay, not even mentioning Phoenix, of course. It's not bad at all, but... This is something different. Okay. So. We're pretty far still. We are close to Portugal border. Actually, we flew over Portugal. No. Madrid, not in used. Wow. It's the classic Navigraph error. Ah, here is not saying it. Yeah, in my iPad it's saying runway 18 right, not in use. But of course, if you check here, it's in use, of course. Yeah. I guess they are landing 18 right? 18 right, 18 left. What's that? Ah, it's just moving, I guess. Yeah, here I guess is some facility of maintenance. I see some rich people. Gulfstream 2000. Cool. Oh wow. Overbooking. Yeah, anyway, running 18 is in use. And we are gonna okay, we have to be aware on the approach because we do have mountains on the path. We can go direct Orbis probably. Okay, not really, no. Okay, we can go direct to Rilco. At top of this end. I'm gonna follow the path. Yeah, I'm gonna just follow the path. Let's check the situation. Okay, shoot traffic on final. I hope they're using different runway. Which would they should? You know, in Madrid it is very simple. If you're approaching from, okay, in this case for example, if you're approaching from the east, you're gonna use runway 18 left. If you're approaching from the west, you're gonna use runway 18 right. If you are, I mean, instead if runway 32 is active, of course 32 right, approaching from the east, and 32 left, approaching from the west. And for the takeoff it's the same. So if you're going to the west, today is 14 right, to the east 1. Oh wow, look at that diverge. I lost the flight. There was a yeah. Rabat. But Rabat is not like yeah. Wow, what an alternate. Oh my god, imagine these guys. What a nightmare. But why they diverge? To Rabat? Okay, Rabat is Casablanca, no? No, this is okay. Casablanca is, I mean, probably because Madrid is the only. Well, they could have gone to, I don't know, Alicante. Imagine, I mean, let's say that in Madrid they are sure to land because it's a category 3 airport. The wind is crosswind, at least is just 3 knots now. But imagine those people. They took a flight from Fes to Rabat. It's super short. What? This is super short, right? Wait, Fes to Rabat. No, 88 miles. I don't even know if this flight does really exist in real life. To be honest. Oh, what the fuck is that? What? Okay, I don't know what's happening. Let me see. Fast. Oh yeah. But not by Ryanair. Ah, okay, I think it was a diversion then. Okay, let me see. Let's see. What's happened? Madrid Rabat. Ah, okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah, we have to descend, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna explain. I mean, I think you get it already, but that's incredible what happened. No, speed 250. Let's go down. Yeah, basically, as you can see here, so there was a flight Madrid to Rabat. Rabat is IFR condition at the moment, and they have to divert to Fez. And this is the flight. So people boarding to Madrid and going to Rabat and then Fez. Then probably I guess someone just stay there because it's not. I mean, it's 150 kilometers, something like that. But then they try to do Fez to Rabat, which is live now. They failed again, go around, and they went back to Madrid. So for people that stay in the flight, I mean, they took the flight again to go to Rabat, they're gonna end up being back to Madrid. That's incredible. I can descend. Okay, let me go direct to. No, wait. Yeah. Okay. Alright. 1,500. That's a nightmare. When it was. Nightmare situation. So Madrid, Rabat was today. Okay, they landed at. Oh yeah, okay. 15.5. They took off again after 1 hour, and yeah, they're gonna be back to Madrid. Yeah, of course the plane have to get back to Madrid. Because probably the schedule was Madrid to Rabat and then Rabat to Madrid back. And then the plane have to do other operation. So this is, of course, situation like this are a disaster, of course, for the passenger of the flight. But the plane tried to get back to Rabat. So it can be two situations. First of all, some of the passengers stayed in the flight and tried to land in Rabat, and they're gonna end up being back to Madrid instead of staying to Fez. Or, of course, there was a flight scheduled Rabat to Madrid and passenger waiting for the plane to get to Madrid. Yeah. And also it is a disaster for people going there, for people that have to take the flight from Rabat to Madrid, and also for the next flight that the plane have to do, because it's gonna be super late, of course. I don't know if I can see what this plane have to do next. No, not now at least. This plane operates in Italy. Wow. Huh. Really, really nightmare situation, of course. Rabat. What kind of a... okay, there was IFR condition. Is it this, right? Okay, that is just... it's a category 2. Wow. It's really bad then. Broken 600. Visibility 5000. Yeah. Technically you should be able to land, but probably... maybe some other landing happened. Okay, now this was a this is another one diverted from Marseille. Both Ryanair, look at that. and then they were able to land after, and also before. Wow, look at that. What's this moment? Yeah, sometimes it's just cloud passing or something like that. If in that moment you don't have visual, you're not gonna land. That's it. Okay, Madrid. Speaking of which, of 737 going to Madrid. Oh wow, the Air Europa disconnects. I think they would. Yeah, probably they try to land same runway. I mean, speaking of 737 going to Madrid, we are now approaching Rilco. We can't descend below flight level 110 at Wilco. That's because we have nice mountain, typical mountain around Madrid area, if you don't know. There we have them. North of Madrid is plenty of mountains. So we're going to get at Rilco. And then descend 10,500, blah blah blah. I mean, we have everything in our FMC here. Yeah, I can activate data. And we're gonna zoom later, of course, so it's gonna get better. Okay, we don't need to rush the descent like that. Let's slow it down a bit. Also because we have to slow down the plane, we are pretty fast. Look at that. That's snow, right? Where we are actually. Okay, we're over Segovia. Almost. As always, if you have any question, feel free to ask. We'll try to do my best to answer. Yeah, there was no in close to Madrid. This weekend I was doing some trip by car around the area, and I met some heavy rain actually. Heavy snow, sorry. Look at the mountains. Okay, slow down the descent. Yeah, that's because we have a speed constraint, of course, which I guess I don't think we can that. Yeah, we're not gonna get any direct since now. So yeah. Very quiet Madrid, honestly. Oh my god. What's happening here? This is Frankfurt Classic. Wow. Looks like real life. Oh boy. Yeah, but here is just a big control. Look at this, there is no ground. Here there is ground, 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 tower, tower and ground. Delivery, delivery and tower. They should ban delivery from VATSIM. I mean, it's helpful if it's if you do like overload events. But yeah. Other than that, I would start from not even ground probably. I would start from tower. I mean, approach is the very game changer in my opinion. If you have to land in a place. By the way, this is not the correct. Because the main problem on VATSIM is people missing runway, in my opinion, or landing in wrong one. So the only controller that deal with that actively is approach or departure, but approach specifically if you're talking about coming inbound. Tower does, also ground, also delivery probably can produce an 80s. But yeah, in a passive way. Tower can curse you, of course, if you're landing the wrong runway or making you go around. But for example, ground can do nothing. I mean, if ground produces a correct 80s and everything, hold on, you can still land in the wrong one. Wow, that's pretty foggy or not? Look at that. That's Segovia. No, No, it's completely on the other side. Yeah, that's Segovia. There is a custom building. It's a custom building. But we are pretty far. Look at this. This is when you approach Madrid from the west and there is a runway 18 active. You're gonna get close to these nice mountains here. Okay, slow down. Auto brake probably 1 would be okay. Because okay, definitely not that. Yeah, we have to stop at the end of the runway, so auto brake 1. And we have to vacate. Okay, vacate right is mandatory. Okay, descend now. 10,500. Level change. Actually not. Level change. Let's go like this. Okay, let me open the ILS approach. Traffic in Madrid. Wow, it's super quiet. Landing lights on already. I remind you that Madrid is 2,000 feet high, so we're already 800, basically 8,000, sorry, feet above the ground, or landing altitude. Look at this. Very cool, approaching now in real life, probably. From the west. Okay, on the turn, that means that we can descend 8,800. Level change in this case. Alright, after that, 7,800. Yeah, 7,800. Okay, 7,800. Fly level change. Landing lights are on. Right, turn off on as well. Heading on final, basically. 180. 180 set. And the localizer armed. 24 miles. Next will be 7,000. Interception is 7,000. Wow, I don't think I did this approach at all. Wow, the meter 7 minutes ago, it's few clouds 1,000 feet. Broken 4,700. Wow, that's incredible. We have VFR condition with few clouds 7,000. But whatever, visibility on ground is great, I guess. Yep. But we have this nice layer of fog. Not fog, sorry, of cloud now. In front of us. Ooh. Approach. Glider capture. Go around. 6,000. Okay. This is set. Arm speed brakes. Heading is on final. We have 45 knots of crosswind at the moment. We expect 4 knots of crosswind on ground and 7 knots of headwind. We're gonna land on 30. Approach speed 140 then. Sorry, 145. Everything is set. Yeah. You just have to drop the gear. Wow, look at this. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. Okay, speed check. Oops. Speed check, gear down. Look at those mountains in the background. Taxi light, logo light. Madrid traffic, Air Europa 94 Hotel Papa, full established 18 right. Speed on up. It's very cool. Very cool moment of the day and very cool surrounding, honestly. Okay, that looks quite scary, but we could auto land here. You can't activate dual autopilot, you know, in the 73. Oops. Okay. I was saying you can't activate dual autopilot in the 737. You have to do it before intercepting. You can still auto land, but yeah. That's the difference between the A320 and the 73. Also, I have no idea how to auto land the 73. I guess you just have to switch the auto throttle off some point and idle the plane. But yeah, I have no idea. The PMDG can auto land, of course, but it's not needed. We're gonna see the runway. Speaking of which, speed check. Flaps 1. Speed on 1. I'm on the approach speed 145.
$2,500.
Alright. It's a category 3 approach, so in case we are gonna auto land the plane. In case we need. Speed check, flaps 5. Speed on 5. Check this side as well. Yeah. I did this. Okay, runway side, by the way. I did this flight in real life, nighttime. I mean, 2 years ago in December. With Air Europa with the 73. Okay. Speed check, flaps 15. Speed on 15. Oops. Okay. Yeah, also, in case of auto land in Madrid, just be aware because the glide slope is really bad overall. I don't remember runway 18 right specifically. But yeah, running 35 left. Sorry, 2 left, I think is super bad. Okay, flaps 30. Approach speed 145. Alright. We are fully ready. So as always, we're gonna follow the glide and then we're gonna just go visual.
1,000.
If needed. Okay, auto throttle off. Autopilot off. Plane for some reason is going to the left immediately. Look how we are dropping speed. I didn't even touch the power setting. You know that I don't like too much the power management in the 7.3. For example, when I want to pitch down, I reduce power. Look how much we are losing in the speed before to get any pitch down. That's the problem of probably.
Flight slow. Flight
This
slow.
regard,
Flight slow.
as I told you.
Minimums.
Continue.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Okay. Touchdown reverse. and 60 reversing. Normal braking. Yeah, impossible to maintain a proper speed for the plane. It's a typical PMDG 737 situation. Which again, in 2020 I didn't have this problem. I'm sorry, but I could I could have way more control in the pitch with the throttle. Again, I don't know, but I mean, considering that there are, for what they are, real 737 pilots saying that the flight model is not that good in this plane. I would assume that that was one of those reasons. I don't know if you, I mean, in real life, if you approach with a 70, you have to continuously compensate with your yoke the behavior. But whatever. Now we can take. Oh my God, the Navigraph! What the fuck? We can take Mike. No, we should take. Actually, in real life, they use Alpha to taxi down, so we're gonna take Alpha. Let me see. Okay, we have 2 departures. Okay, in the meantime, this wraps up. I forgot that. Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna maintain a runway turn off on, otherwise it would be impossible to see. Because, you know, I say this every time, but usually, for what I know, you should control your pitch with the throttle. I don't know, the Duke of the TBM 850 from Black Square, all those planes are pretty easy to approach in that way. But also the A300 from Unibuild. In this one, you're gonna lose 10 knots of speed before getting any pitch down. I don't know, but I have the suspect that is very wrong, that behavior. But I don't know. So I'm not even forcing myself to understand the plane, to be honest. But if now these are, I don't know, 737 captain, I can come here and saying, okay, now the 737 behave exactly like this. Okay, then I'm gonna try to learn. But I don't think so. I'm quite sure it doesn't behave like this at all. Again, it's a detail. What the fuck is happening here? It's a detail. But yeah, considering that this should be a high fidelity plane, it does count for me. But whatever, I still enjoy. Again, I can. I mean, I did a live stream on the 737 some time ago, speaking of also the community reaction. Overall, yeah, I can understand the community, because this is not what you do expect for an additional price to import a plane in 2024. I reminded that the Phoenix was completely free. And again, we're talking about, if you, again, as always, if you consider a Phoenix A320 version 1 and the version 3 we have now, I guess it's free now, the difference is just out of this world. I mean, the difference between the two versions is incredible. Completely for free. Completely for free. Import to 2024 for free. New engine for free. Sharklet, stuff like that. Everything was updated completely for free. And yeah, this 737, if you consider liveries, if you consider the plane overall, is not extremely different from the first days in 2020. I mean, I feel is the sound from 2020 to 2024, and we have a cabin now. Sorry, we have a new cabin. We can open the cabin doors. Wow. I'm gonna park in a very peculiar place in Madrid now. Let's see if you know this. The existence of those stands. Which, I mean, I parked there because when I took this flight in real life, the departure at least was from those standing. But yeah, so yeah, that's a critic, of course. But then there is this part in which I really like the 737, and this is a big problem, of course. Because yeah, the satisfaction that gives me flying the 73 compared to the A320 is incredible. So I still love it. But yeah, I hope they fix this stuff on the approach. I feel like, I mean, it's different from 2020, so this is the first, let's say, ring that comes in my brain. And I heard real pilots saying the flight model is not that good. Second ring. Oh, APU starts. Okay. And these are the secret stand in Madrid. This is Terminal 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And those are secret stand. Okay, running to enough can be off. Okay, behind here there are some stands. And that's where we are going to park. Alright, in a super quiet Madrid, very different from what is happening in real life and right now, and we do have ground. Thank you, ground, for being live. Echo Charlie, Sierra Echo Lima. That's very strange. For being online when we are to the stand, basically. Okay, taxi's off. Let's park in this one. Okay. Alright. Electrical on the engine. Sorry, on the APU. Transponder off. Engine off, transponder off. Can we have some dome lights, something here? Whatever is this? I don't know. Oops, not that maybe. Anti-collision light off. Okay, let's go here, here, here. Chokes, request jetway. I forgot to arm door, but it's okay. It's not that. It's important at all. I'm waiting to connect fuel truck and. Why so noise? Okay, fuel truck and this. Return doors open. Let's go. Opening. Then ground power unit. This can be off, this can be open. APU bleed, no, APU off. Anti-collision light is off, logo light stays on, this can be switched off, this as well, and this as And we forgot seatbelt. No, we didn't forget seatbelt for one. For once. Okay. Welcome to Madrid. And yeah. Thank you very much for watching. If you like, subscribe. That was a classical cool flight. No, I want to see the landing. Okay. Fine. Bringing back some plane to Madrid because it's completely empty now. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. If you like, subscribe. I wish you a nice evening, night, afternoon, whatever. And see you next time.